Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chat from the Golden Vault, our weekly live-streamed post-session discussion. We talk about what just happened during D&D. This is the chat for session 11, so if you've not watched that session yet, please go do that, because there will be spoilers. I'm your DM, Eric, and joining me we have Vero's player, Chris.
Hello.
And Sherry's player, Raymond.
Hello.
Chris, did you do like me and turn off your light? And now you've got like the dark... So you got like the blue...
No, does it look different?
Oh, it does look different. Maybe I didn't pay attention before.
Yeah, it does look. You're right. It does look bluer.
Yeah, something happened.
I could turn off my light and see what happens.
I turn off my overhead light when I do the...
No, now it looks like I'm in the dark.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything.
I'm tempted just to turn off my overhead light in general, because I almost think my lighting is better when it's dark around me.
Oh
I
yeah,
should probably just do that.
dark background. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this the heist ones are so tricky to plan, because I just don't know what you guys are exactly going to do, and I kind of have to prepare for everything, and I have to have a bunch of events lined up. And this was, you know, a continuation of the heist, which was already after the scouting thing, so I've kind of been exhausting a lot of the events and things that I've had. So stuff like, you know, Ray casting suggestion on Quentin, you know, that's an awesome new complication, but it's not something I can like script or necessarily prepare for. I did in my last crafting stream mention the fact that that is a possibility that you could do that.
Oh really?
And I did say, like, I wonder if I should give him legendary resistance or something to bat that away.
Yeah.
He does have a good wisdom save, so I'll just leave it up to the dice. And honestly, I'm really, really glad that it happened, because it's led to some really fun moments. Also, Ray, I want to commend you for specifically engaging directly another player into that plan. I love that you said he is infatuated with this other character, and that immediately involves this character in this like interesting perilous situation, because you know the DM's job is to constantly have to do that with all the players. It makes sure everybody's engaged, get them involved, and everybody's doing something. So when another, and Chris, you did the similar thing with Rochelle's character Elowen, when another player, anytime another player does this in any campaign or session I run, is amazing to me. Is like, oh, that person, like if somebody turns to somebody else and engages them and adds them to the thing, then I'm like, fucking perfect. This is exactly
Yeah.
You're helping me as a DM basically, and getting the party involved, and it just adds to the, you know, the more things that we can do, which in this case, a really fun moment where I had a tense situation where Vero and Elowen are in the door, and now Taveen's got to think of a way to get, you know, him out of that situation. And it's funny having him. It's normally so complicated to have like a big villain just wandering around, but he's become this focal point for you all in this campaign, is like where he is and where we need him at any one particular point. And that actually has added to the fun in this campaign in a way that I didn't necessarily see. I didn't realize he would be such a focal point in this campaign.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay.
Or in this
That's
adventure.
interesting. Yeah.
But it's the path you guys have chosen and the things you guys have done that has made it such. And then I've definitely tried to work with you on that.
Right. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Reese did a great job in that role.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, he immediately
ran
rose
with
to the, which is the other half of it. See, he thankfully immediately rose to the occasion and seemed very interested in role playing through that whole situation, which was amazing. I really like role playing as Quentin, it turns out. Also, that's delightful for me. This really like oily, skeevy character is fantastic.
Yeah, and also I appreciate that it happened also because it was sort of a kickoff sort of thing, because I don't know exactly where any of us were going.
Yeah.
in the, about the midpoint, I'm like, all right, Elwood and I are going to finish investigating this, and then we're going to be in this room just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah,
Or
is this
maybe
just
going somewhere else?
Is it just because it's so big, or just more complicated, or is it that you don't
It's
quite
because
know?
it's because we're split up. It's
Yeah.
because that's I don't know if
This
that
one
was
has,
your intention.
from my point as a DM, this one has felt a lot more complicated for you guys to execute.
Yeah. Partially because we're all.
We don't have
separated.
enough information, right? We don't know where things are. Security's tight. We don't know how to get past it. So we feel stuck. Like we're kind of creeping around, and
I
maybe
feel like
we
you guys
get
have been gathering
something.
information for like 3 sessions straight, but maybe you're playing it really conservatively, which is
Well,
fair
the problem
enough.
is we've been gathering information up until those doors, and we've been gathering zero information beyond those doors.
Yeah,
And it's just a little bit of gun shyness to actually like go into the place we don't know. You
Yeah.
know.
yeah,
I
that's
mean, you
true.
can't. There's security everywhere. They're watching. Any wrong move, you get kicked out easily. So it's hard to
True, although
push the limits a little bit.
I did work with Chris doing the minor
Yeah.
illusion and doing the stealth checks and having just like the one guard instead of like a massive guard show up or something. So
Yeah.
you can see where if you do get in a bit of trouble, it might not be like the oh shit everything's
we're
fucked.
totally
We just have
fucked.
to yeah right
I'm playing, or I stopped playing. Eric, I haven't told you that I stopped playing. Shadow Tactics game.
oh really you didn't like it
Yeah, I didn't like it
oh interesting
because it is that so much of that. It's you
well
screw up one tiny thing and the whole thing is fucked, and you have to reload your save from 5 seconds ago and try it
Yes.
again, and you fuck it up and reload the save, and you're just doing that constantly.
that's true that's actually a part of the game is you're supposed to constantly reload
time you do it right, and you get to move on to the next 15 seconds. You know, and that
there's
was
a few rare cases where you can, but it's basically you having to set up and execute plans, and if something happens that you didn't see, you have like a 90% fail rate. Yeah, you have to reload.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but I think
I liked it from a puzzle standpoint. That's interesting that you bounced off of it so hard. I like the story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off a rant, but
I was liking the story too. It's
Yeah.
just I there was like a couple things where I was like getting frustrated. We're like, okay, this guy cannot see me, but if this other guy walks over here, then he gets alerted somehow. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go reload 2 saves back and try this other thing. So I was just getting frustrated with all that stuff. So
interesting.
like the mechanics of it. But anyway, my point is that I think as players, at some point, we kind of have to trust the DM's not going to do that to us.
Yeah.
Not going to be like, all right, you guys made a left turn when you should have made a right turn, and now you're fucked. Now the whole thing's it's gonna be a TPK because you trigger the alarm, and now the whole place is gonna shoot you or whatever.
Yeah, I'm ultimately on y'all's side. Like I do want things to work. There are times where I will call for a check for something, and I'm like, all right, that's there needs to be a chance for failure also.
Sure.
But yeah, I agree that failure, especially if it's not catastrophic failure. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to necessarily be like, oh, you've triggered everything. Now there may be things that you do that will come down to that, but and yeah, you might not know the total extent of the security system here. For example, you haven't triggered any of the like audible floor alarm traps that the other place had. It's just been these kind of guard doors. You do have to deal with the security mirrors, but you've seen that, hey, if we just kind of futz with one a little bit, that does call a guard over, but it's like a single guard that you actually incapacitated pretty handily. So
yeah,
that's that was, again, that's a tricky thing because I just don't have scripted things like that other than just kind of some vague notes about like, hey, if a mirror gets jacked up, then this is what's going to happen and all that.
Yep.
I'm glad you guys found that. Yeah, so that I don't know what happened to the dynamic lighting. It was totally fucked.
That was weird.
But
yeah,
that is exactly what must have happened. Is that the line?
Well, I think it's so funny because Rochelle and I were so afraid. I think we both thought it was a monster in there.
Yeah,
because we can only see the top of its head.
Oh,
and we're like, oh, there's something bad in there.
Yeah, that's funny. But not a token, which is that we usually
not a token. That should have been the tip off.
Yeah, but you saw something in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much I should talk about how much I changed, but that's actually something I added. It's just another office room that you can get to from anywhere. But I thought it would be cool to have it as a secret room from Quentin's office. So it's supposed to be a complete like you're almost like, wait a minute, isn't this like larger on the outside if you look at the map and something, and then
yes,
with that perception,
which we might have done. I mean,
yeah, you might have.
It seems like
And it's not necessarily a critical room to find, but it is a cool one because you get a lot of cool information. I think you nailed all the information that you gathered from there too, which that was neat for me as a DM to see that get utilized, I guess.
Oh yeah. Get a little bit of the lore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get some more. Which Rain was saying, like you need more information. You guys actually did a good job getting some more solid information already right here.
Yeah,
it is true. I mean, there's a lot of complications here for sure. Like you're still having to distract the boss, and only half of you are inside. But hopefully, you got even more information with this session.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like I'm ready to take action.
Yeah.
The confusing part to me is I don't know that if all of us as players were all on the same page tonight.
Yeah.
Because I think some people were like, "Oh, we shouldn't go back there yet. Like
Yeah.
we should stay out here and do other stuff," which is fine.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's time to go back there.
Yeah.
But then I also think like the tournament stuff was going on, so Stacey and Tavine were, you know, kind of not stuck outside, but like intentionally outside for the first part.
That is something that I changed specifically, and now I'm almost regretting it. Is that in the book it's just like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of NPCs having a poker game here, and I was like, well, I can make that a more interesting thing.
Yeah,
and the players can interact with, and then. It's been nice until we reach this heist point, and I'm like, oh, but now I'm seeing the consequence is that like half the party feels like they're like tied to this one poker game that they still want to be on, which is why I try to tell them like, hey, you've got time.
Right, you can go.
Yeah. And again, like the DM is on your side. Like I could do as a complication. We're like, oh, now you're halfway into the vault, and you're like, hey, everybody, get to the tournament. You're like, oh shit, like
right.
You know, I'd probably do something like that, but
you
know, ultimately I'm on everybody's side, and I want everybody to do the thing. So
yep.
If you want to, pull back and just try to do the tournament and come in again afterwards, you could. If you want to go hard into the thing, you could. You know, it's totally up to you all how you want to keep going on this.
Right.
That suggestion spell lasts for 8 hours for Glenn.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If Tavine wants to just
got some leeway.
Yeah. Let's keep doing that.
Which is kind of my thinking at the end, which is why I was stressing so much that the line's still open, because to me this is an opportunity to.
When you say line's still open, do you mean the little communicate? I mean. Okay.
Yeah. Because for me, this is now an opportunity to gather the party. Because like, okay, everyone's kind of like Stacey's. I'm not sure what Stacey's doing. She's just in the.
Bless her heart. Heather even talked to me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I was so exhausted. I'm like, I know. She was up half the night with our youngest who is sick right now. So I figured she was gonna. I literally said like, look.
I was like,
in the future, please just text me, and if you need to excuse yourself, you absolutely can. I don't feel like you need to be.
We absolutely could have just had her just be behind Sherry wherever Sherry went.
I think that's generally where she was. Yeah, Sherry even said that. Ray even said he told her everything, and she's basically there with Sherry right outside, basically the hallway. Also where that bar area is. Sherry is still disguised, by the way.
Fully disguised,
because we know disguise self does not require concentration.
Yeah.
Look, it costed me a spell slot. I can't just turn it off.
I mean, it was smart because I was gonna have Quentin like find your ass, because he was like, all right, if the cashier can identify you, and then Quentin is not stupid, he knows something happened here.
Yeah.
So that was that's my idea of it. I just constantly throw complications. I have some complications scripted, but then the others are just arise from things that you all have done. So I just have to craft new complications in response to what you guys have done to keep things, you know, interesting and moving. And this has been a very big challenge for me as a DM. This whole
this session you mentioned earlier, it did feel very complicated.
Yeah.
Not even down to like logistics, but down to like who's
doing what, who knows what,
who knows what, who knows.
Who's in communication?
Who knows what? You know, like who's in communication with who? Who's told who what?
What are our knowns and our knowns unknowns?
At some point, when you had, I was thinking about this when you had Quentin talking to Veen asking about Cherie. In my head, I'm like, does Quentin know that Tavine knows Cherie? We all came in separately.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but that's fucking making my brain hurt. So I can't even imagine as a DM, like.
Yeah. There's some things that I just have to kind of wing it and hope that we can assume from there.
It's usually stuff that all of us have forgotten anyway. Yeah. So you can sort of make it up.
I do try to write some stuff down, but I'm not writing everything down. So
yeah,
all the little details. But yeah, it's a lot to keep. I would not necessarily recommend a heist campaign for a newbie DM just because of all the different things going on that we have to track. Even though I do think these are pretty well designed. I still am shocked that this is originally the level 2 heist adventure. Also, with how
that's interesting,
complicated it is, and how many sessions it's taking you all to go through. And you know, there's things that I can scale up. You know, for your level, but like the size and scope is, you know, the map is the map, right? It's so that part hasn't really change. So yeah, it really is the level 2 adventure. It's like, good lord.
That's interesting. I wonder, as level 2 players, how much of it becomes just fluff because you can't really engage with some of it as much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At this
level 2, like, you don't have like the talk, like I was talking about, like we talked to animals last time. I don't know. You can't do that at level 2, I don't think. So I don't know what else you do in that carnival scenario. You just go see the carnival and leave. Maybe try to sneak in after him. I don't know.
Because we didn't even start. We started the campaign at 3rd level, didn't we? That was
we did
the museum one. Yeah. At this point, I'm thinking it's going to take us at least 2 more sessions. Well, probably not at least. I think it'll take us 2 more solid sessions to get through this adventure. Yeah, I do think I was worried at first, but when we made it the second half, I was like, okay, we're making some decent progress. Yeah,
I feel like that suggestion spell was a gift to you to make some progress, because you were like, all right, now I can charge forward.
Which is, I think, why I also felt so free and willing to give all that information. Not only was it fun role-playing excuse, but I was like, fuck, they have spent so long trying to gather information and get some stuff. And some of it is, you know, ideally you should be surprised about some stuff. Like, I know Ray's like, oh, we don't have enough information. It's like, well, yeah, I don't think you're ever going to have 100% information going into any of these. But fuck, this one you've got like 98%, I think. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to have to execute on something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking it'll probably take us at least 2 full sessions just to get through it. And we've already spent, I think this is the 3rd or 4th one in here.
I know, yeah.
If you count the 2 sessions we spent just doing the scout reconnaissance job.
Right.
But I like it. I think it's a cool setup.
I need that to be Tavine's alter ego in the future.
Travis Tickles. It's when it's so many like random like beam opportunities too. With that and then the fucking statue thing.
We kind of went off the rails in the middle there, but it was entertainingly off the rails.
It's entertaining. I like it when we do that too. That's how that's how the fun, memorable jokes and things are created. I look forward to Demnix working his way through it, and then
I need drawings of Travis Tickles, whatever that means, whatever you gathered from the play,
whatever that means, Tavine's alter ego,
and then somehow close his statue. I don't know.
Close his statue. Just Barrow like pawing sadly at a statue and just turned around and says, "Close his statue."
Close his statue.
I've never been so disappointed. Unfortunately, it means there's limited stuff I can talk about during all these post chats because we're all still kind of in the middle of the same thing.
I can say that for the next session, I'm hoping that we can use the open line as the opportunity to gather our forces, and I'm hoping we can utilize maybe get Quentin to just walk us in the vault and see what happens, because we don't know what's in there. We know there's at least one other guard in there. That's all we know.
Yeah,
we've heard that guard talk.
Yeah,
but that's all we know. Well, and now we know that what Quentin told us about fire hallways and
some kind of creature. Something that involves snakes and snake and bone.
Yeah.
Yep. That could be interesting, but that seems to be a useful tool at your disposal, at least for the moment.
Yeah.
All right, I think that will do it for this week's chat. Thank you to Chris and Raymond. Thank you to the wonderful fans for watching, and we will see you next. I'm trying to think. It's still early November. Yeah, we don't have to talk about holiday schedules yet. All right, we'll see you next week.
Right, yeah. We got 2 weeks before we have to talk about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, holidays are coming up, and that does jack us up a little bit, but we'll talk about that later.